Jay, welcome to Hammer Dahn. Is Mitt ready? Are we on?
Yeah, I was ready. It was the mic thing.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live,
Is this
dude.
thing on?
Welcome to Hammer Dahn.
Done.
Number one sports gambling show coming out of the Pat McAfee corporate office. I am Tone Diggs.
Add a baby tone.
Bubblegum Pino's here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bearded Wonder, Canadian sensation. Nikki Skates is here.
Yes, sir.
Jay and Mitt are in the back. How you guys doing back here? Pretty good? Good.
Yeah. I've just been struggling all week, so sorry about that, everybody.
It's all right, Mitt. It's okay. Hey, we're gonna say there, Nick.
Nothing. Let's just keep it moving. It's Feel Good Friday.
Well, okay, Feel Good Friday. I don't know if the money line works or not, so
Got the money line.
I don't know if it's working, Mitt. Is it working?
I am not 100% sure, but I think there are people on the money line already.
Okay. We're not sure if it's working, but there may be people on there. There may not be. Feel Good Friday. We have a special little treat for the footy bettors today. Nigel Seeley's coming on.
Big footy
Talk a
show.
little.
You got Nige.
Big nod.
Is this because
Yeah, because it's...
everyone said that you don't talk about footy enough?
Yeah, so we decided we'd get someone who talks footy to come on.
Get a footy expert.
Yeah.
I love
Since, No, we don't have one on
That
the
kid,
show.
that kid messaged me. I did say,
A couple times, huh?
yeah. I mean, yeah. Told him to call back. It was a misunderstanding. I
happens.
walked out before I heard that he doesn't listen to the show. But hindsight, maybe just don't phone into a show.
We welcome all newcomers.
Yeah, but maybe just wait to phone in until you've watched the show a couple times.
That may be.
Maybe a little less
Self-awareness?
gatekeeping from you. Maybe you just give the guy a second chance and just say, hey, sorry.
Maybe don't be such an asshole, dude.
Me?
Yeah. Be nice.
Fucking
Canadian
nicer than
nice, huh?
anybody around here.
Huh?
Nicer than anybody around
I
here.
don't know about that.
In your
pal.
bra, dude.
That was, dude, fucking Penn's Isles. Great game.
That was
Fucking
intense. It wasn't great for the under, but things escalated.
Lightning and Panthers. Wild
Again.
game.
And, shout out to Bob. Gumpy's been banging the drum for Bob. Bob comes in.
I told you, man.
Listen,
Bob,
Bob comes
Bob, you have to ride him the rest of the series.
I still think you turn to Spencer Knight.
Are you
Give it to the
shitting me?
kid.
No,
He's
Bob-
dumb enough to go out there and do it.
This
Bob's
is
got the
Bob's
pedigree.
last
Young and young.
run, dude. This could be Bob's last run.
Guy signed for like 8 more years.
Doesn't matter. This is the
This
last
one's
run.
for Bob. That's what the team could be doing, dude.
Florida Panthers love handing out big contracts.
Good for Florida, though. They got their moment.
You knew it.
I didn't know. I was very unsure, but I said if they were going to do it, that was the night they were going to do it.
The
and
dude
they
who
did
scored
it.
the OT winner was shot out of a fucking cannon, dude.
That was a hell of a play.
That was a solid hockey play. A couple great games last night. Got a couple good ones again tonight. Caps Bruins has been incredible.
Come on, Caps.
We just gonna bet
Tie
that
this
one to go to
thing up.
overtime, Nick, or what are we doing there?
So
Tie it
actually,
up.
oddly enough, you can bet will there be OT? Yes is plus 300, which might be worth a sprinkle when you consider every other game's gone to OT.
Excuse me.
Are they gonna put fucking Anderson back in, or are we rolling Samson?
No, Samsonov is going again tonight.
Swanson, Swampsonite.
Are we doing them now? We just get them out of the way?
Put
We could do a
Craig
couple here.
back
Or do you wanna
between
wait?
the pipes.
Let's
I think
talk
Craig's
about
time is done.
let's
Are
talk
you
about
shitting
Caps
me?
Bruins right now,
Okay.
and maybe we'll talk Hurricanes Preds, and then we'll go to Nige.
Caps Bruins right now. Washington plus 136. Again on the road in Boston. Boston at home minus 162.
Woo!
5.5. The over is plus 112. The under is minus 140.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards the under, but this is one of the few games where you could tempt fate with the over because
Yeah.
we run it last time and we got to 5. We just didn't quite get that next one
It
because
was
of the OT.
the over did not look good early, and
No.
then they put a few in quickly, and then we were back, but it never came home.
But I like the idea of sprinkling some on the yes for OT at plus 300. I'm also going to take Washington tonight. I'm going to do it.
I think that's smart.
I thought it was a series that has the potential to go 7, and I think Washington they've not played poorly. I mean, they very easily could have won that last game
Yeah.
if not for the blunder in
A
OT.
little bit of fuck up.
So I'm on the Caps tonight. We'll see what happens. It's not I don't feel as good about it even as I
It's
did
hard to
with
feel good about either side.
Florida,
in that series.
We're going Caps.
Hurricanes and Preds. Hurricanes going to put this one away tonight?
Carolina, minus 142. Going to Nashville. This will be the first game in Nashville. Carolina up 2-0. Nashville at home plus 120.
They got a sellout crowd.
Yeah, they do.
Raucous Arena.
Yeah.
That place
Bridgestone Arena gets loud.
They're gonna go straight from Kid Rock's place to the arena.
Kid Rock's Honky Tonk Bar and Grill. I don't know how many people they're letting into the arena, but I am going to go with Nashville at home tonight. And I know that Carolina has carried the play throughout this entire series. But I think Nashville at home, I think the crowd will give them a boost. And again, this is just like Florida, but in the reverse of them being at home. If they're going to win a game in this series, it's going to be this one at home. They're going to, they'll come out flying. They'll be fucking energized. Maybe they get a goal in the first. You can look for that as well. But Nashville at home, plus 120. They're plus 195 in reg, which is nice and juicy. And then again, 5.5 overs plus 114. I don't know if you're going to get there. These teams tend to play the under. Unders minus 140.
Okay. Switch gears a little bit. Since that caller called in yesterday and took a shot at Gumpy and footy, we decided why not have the greatest footy handicapper across the pond come on a show and shoot the shit with Gumpy. It's the final weekend for the EPL for a lot of footy over in Europe this weekend. Owner of Premier Sports Place, who does footy, also a big tennis guy.
Very good at tennis.
Very good at tennis. We welcome to Hammer Dahn, Nigel Silly. Welcome to the show, pal.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that the greatest football judge across the pond couldn't make it, and you asked me to come on. So thank you very much. How much do I owe you for that introduction?
$0. $0.
Listen, thank you very much for having me on. Yeah, me and Gumpy, how you doing, mate? I'm trying to grow the beard like you. 28 years this has taken me to do this little bit, so I don't know. I've probably got a long way to go. But great to be on here. Yeah, it's the final weekend of the football season, the soccer season over here in England, obviously across Europe as well. It's been a very, very strange season. Very, very a lot of at the beginning of the season, a lot of handicappers were losing money, including myself, because of the COVID situation and stuff like that. So we're coming into the end of the season now, where strange results happened in the last day of the Premier League season. So don't think that you'll just look at the form and think one team that hasn't won in 5 and one team's relegated and one team's the champions of England. Strange results happen. So tread with caution this weekend.
Nigel, before I turn it over to Gumpy and he has some questions for you, there was an article out yesterday that everyone in England has to drink 126 pints of beer this summer so that bars recover from COVID, from the pandemic. I assume you're going to do your part and drink all 126 this weekend, or?
Done it already. I've done it already. Listen, 120. I went to the FA Cup final last week. It's the first week. This is a true story. I went to the FA Cup final. I was very lucky to go to Wembley. It was the FA Cup final on Saturday, and I went with a friend of mine, and I didn't know the score. I didn't know what happened. I didn't have any idea of the result. I didn't know it was 1-0. We done our bit for the pub industry. We met early, went to a few pubs along the way. By half time, I fell asleep. I didn't even know the game. There was 20,000 fans, and the next day everyone said to me, "What a great game! Did you miss the VAR? You saw the goal?" I was going, "Yeah." I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what had happened. So I think I've done my bit for the pub industry already over here.
That's awesome, Nigel. Go ahead, Gubby.
Yeah, Nigel, to hop back on top of that, the FA Cup, did you, I thought Chelsea would have won that, easy. Did you see that coming at all from Leicester?
Well, to be fair, I mean, if you look at, a lot of viewers probably won't really sort of know about European football. It's something new in the American market as well. But for a club like Leicester to win at Wembley, it's the pinnacle. To go to Wembley and win the cup final. If you're a genuine soccer fan in this country, going to Wembley to watch your team is the highlight. And those Leicester fans will look at it and they'll think to themselves, you know what, I would rather that day that we won that cup rather than getting the Champions League, because the Champions League is all about money. And realistically, if Leicester win into the Champions League, what are they going to do? They're going to get beat in the group stage. But those fans and those children and their dads with their kids and granddads with their kids will remember that for a generation. And So I didn't have a bet on the game because I knew I was going to be on the beer all day, so I didn't have a bet. But I just actually, to me, honestly, I think it was a good story for football. It was a good story for sport.
The owner being out there at the end was awesome. The players with him and giving him the trophy, that was awesome.
Yeah. Well, I watched that on the video the next day because I was asleep when I happened.
Do you think Liverpool finishes this off and gets into the top four, Nigel? I mean, I can't. Them being able to finish top four would be quite something the way this season has gone for them.
Well, I think they will. I mean, I've had a really mixed season. Now, I've done this for a long time, Gumpy, as you know. I've been involved in sports betting in the UK for over 30 years. I know I don't look the age. I'm not I've been in it for 30 years, and my father before me was a bookmaker in England. He worked for Ladbrokes. He was a bookmaker. So my whole life has been involved in betting. And since I really took it up professionally and doing it as a business, I've never had a losing season. And this season could be my first ever losing season. And it's because of the COVID. So, and my biggest bet at the start of the season was for Manchester City and Leicester to finish in the first two in either order. And we got even money. It was even money in England. So I think some bookers were plus 110 that Liverpool, Man City would finish first and second. And it was probably the worst bet I've ever had in terms of the money I put down in it, and I advised people to put down in it. But in reflection, it was probably the best bet, even though it's going to be a loser, because Liverpool could finish third and could finish 2 points behind Man United. And you think of that period where they lost so many games at home, that really we should have cashed that ticket so easy, really, when you think about it. But we never really, this is the first time I've ever handicapped any sport through a global pandemic. And we never knew how much home advantage was going to affect teams like Liverpool. We never knew how much home advantage was going to affect other teams across Europe. And I think Liverpool, amongst more than any other side, probably in European football, missed their fans. Yeah. And that's where they lost their form. And unfortunately for me, I still staked. I thought that my logic was okay, and I never knew how much to factor that into my gambling. To answer your question, yes, they will. They will. I mean, Crystal Palace, they played Crystal Palace earlier in the season at Crystal Palace and won 7-0. They've won 4 goals and 4 goals, but you're going to back them at -$7 to win that. You're going to bet them at -$7. Yeah. I mean, and also for them, if you're looking at the handicap for Liverpool, say you're taking Liverpool -2 goals, it doesn't really matter to Liverpool if they win 1-0 or 5-0. They've just got to win. So I don't like betting big handicaps.
No,
the one
me
bet
neither.
one bet I would have in that game, which I've actually bet, is I bet Mo Salah to score the first goal. I know it's not a great price, but he's 2-1. And when you consider that he's going for the Golden Boot along with Harry Kane to be the top goal scorer in this country, I think that's probably the only real value bet, because you know that any penalty, any free kick, anything in around the box, Mo Salah will be quite greedy because he wants to be the top goal scorer in the Premier League. And I think Mo Salah at 2-1 to score the first goal is probably the best value play in that match. But I think I'll answer your question, yes, they will. But would I bet them at -7? Would I bet them -2 goals? No, because 1-0's enough.
Yeah. Nigel, before we get back into the EPL, I heard you earlier this week for the English Championship, and I believe you said you liked Swansea and Bournemouth. Are you still on those two this weekend? Is that who you like this weekend in the English Championship?
Well, one thing I've done, I mean, if in the playoffs, the first legs are notoriously very, very close encounters. So you bet the unders in the first legs and you bet the overs in the second legs. I mean, tonight we're watching a game, Blackpool against Oxford, and I bet the overs and it's cashed after 12 minutes. It's probably been the biggest, easiest bet I've had this season. I wish they were all like that. It's 3-2. So I think the Swansea game is quite a difficult one. I mean, it depends on the tactics. They're 1-0 up if they want to go out and win the game. But Barnsley are a good side. The one thing I would say is that the Brentford game that we touched on there, Brentford have a brand new stadium. It's the first time that their fans have been allowed to be in the stadium, despite them being played in the stadium all season. So it's a big, big game for them, for their supporters. I think Brentford will win that match, but at minus 110, they played in regular season and they were plus 145. Minus 110. It's no value, and because all the factors, the new stadium, the fact they have to win. But I do think goals. I think that game just screams goals. I think if you want to bet both teams to score and you want to bet over 2.5, I think Brentford against Bournemouth, both sides best players are offensive players, and the fact is once you're in the playoff and you're behind, you've got to go out and attack, and that leaves yourself vulnerable in defence. So I do think there'd be goals in the game, and I think if you just played blindly on the overs in the second legs, and you played the unders in the first legs, historically over sort of 15 years or 20 years of the playoffs in this country, you make money.
By the way, Nigel, I did ride with you this season on Tranmere. It's a damn shame how that ended up.
Well, do you know why that? Do you know why we lost on that? Not, they were crap at the end of the season. Let's not get away from the facts. But the biggest problem was the fact they lost their top goal scorer in February, and once they lost the goal scorer, he took 60% of the goals from the team, and that was it. We were pretty much done. We were hanging on, hoping that we could get the place. But at one stage, they were down to 4-1. I had if they had won the league, I can guarantee you I'll not be talking to you. I'll be with Pat McAfee on that private jet. Absolutely no way I'll be speaking to you guys. Speak to my agent.
Yeah, Nigel, just looking at the EPL this weekend, Newcastle getting double chance against Fulham and Burnley draw no bet against Sheffield. Just kind of your thoughts, or what are your best bets for the weekend for the EPL to wrap up here?
Yeah. I go through. I mean, the first thing you've got to say in the Premier League. I mean, at the end of the season in the Premier League, goals go up. If you look at just the data from the last 5 seasons, there was 162 goals scored on the last day of the Premier League in the last 5 leagues, which averages at 3.24 a game. In a normal game, a normal season, it's about in a regular week, it's about 2.57. So goals go up by 0.8 of a goal. Now, one thing I've always done at the end of season games is take out the games that mean something. So the likes of Leicester game, the Aston Villa game, where there's something to play for, where the intensities are high. They could be overs, but the chances are they're going to be a regular game. When there's nothing to play for, the meaningless games. You've got to remember as well, fans are back in the stadiums, which is you've seen from the games we've seen in the last 2 or 3 weeks, the last week where fans have been back. The goals have gone up. Players' levels have gone up. So I would look at the games where there's nothing to play for and bet the overs. But with your point, Fulham v Newcastle just screams goals to me. Yeah. I think that's goals. Scott Parker is a manager at Fulham. They've been relegated. He's linked with a lot of jobs. He's linked with Tottenham. He's linked with various other different jobs. The Wolverhampton Wanderers jobs has come up today as well. The manager's leaving. There's looking to be a lot of jobs, and people are looking at Scott Parker. He looks the part. He's very good looking. He looks the business. He speaks well. But the problem is he's shit at managing football teams. That's the problem. So he's not going to get it. But he's got a big CV, and he'll want to keep the CV. But I think that game screams goals. The trouble is the weather in England at the moment. London is absolutely terrible, terrible rain, which means the goals go under. But I think there's goals in that game, Gumpy. Fulham Newcastle is one of my overs this weekend. With regards to Sheffield United Burnley, there's talk that Sheffield United will play about 4 or 5 academy kids.
Yeah. Ooh.
So if they play at the end of the season, nothing to play for, new manager, players want to leave, bring on the kids next season. I think the team news in that game is going to be absolutely crucial. So I'm leaning towards Burnley. Yep. And the other reason I'm leaning towards Burnley is because somebody I know very close to Crystal Palace has told me that Sean Dyche is their number one the manager at Burnley, Sean Dyche, is the number one target to go to Crystal Palace. So if he decides to leave Burnley, he's not going to get much budget there. He's done an amazing job at Burnley, and he wants to leave to Crystal Palace. He will probably want to leave on a high. So I'm definitely agreeing on Burnley. But my best plays, I'll give you my best play. The 3 bets, I want to bet over 2.5 goals. I'll probably have a parlay, and I want to bet Arsenal Brighton. I think over 2.5 goals in that game. Yep. I want to bet Fulham Newcastle, and I want to bet Leeds West Brom. Leeds West Brom, I'd go over 3.5, over 4.5. That could be anything. But I think if you bet those 3 over 2.5, over 3.5 goals, or both teams to score, go on the goals angle that I said to you originally, you won't go far on those 3 games.
One last question about the EPL, Nigel. Where's Harry Kane ending up next year?
Well, I think he stays at Tottenham.
Yeah.
Well, £150 million for a player, 28 years of age. and who's going to take that? And if you're Manchester City or Manchester United, and you can get Haaland for £150 million at 21, built the way he is to become a next player, it's a no-brainer. At 28 years of age, you're not going to take 150 million. At 80 million, 100 million, Harry Kane moves, but it's on the price.
Yeah.
Harry Kane is not. He's got problems with his knee. He's got problems with his ankles. He's had problems. He's missed periods of football, and at 28, they're not going to get better. So, in my opinion, I think it's a tactic to say to Tottenham, you get a good manager in.
Yeah.
You give the manager £200 million to build this club, and I'll stay. You give me more wages, but £150 million in a pandemic, I just can't see people taking the risk. But if you've got Haaland for 150 million, I think he'd be the one you want to get.
I'm interested to see what Liverpool does, to see if they bring in anybody either. Because you look at Liverpool's roster, like a lot of those guys are close to 30 now, Nigel, and it feels like needs some young talent, at least up top, to replace Firmino from time to time.
Well, it looks like Wijnaldum's going to go,
Yeah.
so they're going to get some money from him. They're going to get some money. You're going to get a new signing in Van Dijk.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be like getting the brand new player.
Absolutely.
You've got a brilliant centre forward in the goalkeeper.
That one brought me to my knees,
awesome.
pal. I thought we were cooked.
I think the thing is with football nowadays is that the scouting operation and what you got to get. I mean, if I was looking at Liverpool, I think they needed an extra body in midfield.
Yeah.
And I think they needed an extra striker. If I was Liverpool, I'd buy a Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Someone like that. But I think he probably go to Chelsea, but someone like that, or even a Souček from West Ham. He would be he probably wouldn't much. He's been a revelation this season for West Ham. Probably it cost you, I don't know, £50 million, which at the end of the day in this transfer world crazy world we live in, isn't a lot of money. But I think really with Liverpool, the trouble with Liverpool, the same players, as you said, Gumpy, have played week in and week out for almost 3-4 years, and they've had no break. They've gone in, and all these players are going to go into a World Cup, a European Championship, a Copa America, and they're going to have no rest period, no rest period at all. So they do need some fresh blood. But I think Liverpool just get through the season, get the Super League problems out of the way, get through the season and see what you've got. But I do think there'll be some arrivals, but I think a midfield player and another Thor would be the best option for Liverpool.
Nigel, can't thank you for your time. Before we let you out of here, I got two quick questions. First and foremost, will you tell the people what they get at premiersportsplays.com?
Well, I mean, you get me rammed in a load of rubbish.
That's all we need, Nigel. It's all we need.
But no, we run a handicapping service like you get in the States. But the one thing about us, we don't lie about our figures. We're true. We're honest and we're transparent, and we offer it's a breakdown. It's a 200-word breakdown on why we're betting the plays. We bet on the soccer, which I do. I do the tennis as well, which is a sport that I've always loved. And I've got a couple of guys who do the golf for me who are fantastic, and we offer services. But what we try to do is we try to make a community. So we have a lot of podcasts, we have a lot of interaction, we do in-play shows, YouTube shows. Just try to make it like a club kind of thing for a club. So yeah, I mean, if it's something you're interested in, but I'm always on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Seeley_Nigel. I'm always giving plays and playing information and stuff like that. But yeah, it's on there if it's something you're interested in. Have a look. But if not, it's all right with me.
And then quickly, we're 8 days away from Champions League final. Is this City's to lose, obviously? And then you talked about the Euros. Do you have an early pick for the Euros?
I'll ask you a Euro question first, because I think that's probably easier for me, because I bet Denmark at 80-1.
Okay.
They're now 25-1, 33-1. So I bet Denmark. I've also bet Foden, the boy at Manchester City, to be the player of the tournament at 50-1. Because I think that I don't think England will win it.
It's not coming home?
Nah, it's never coming. Not in my life. We haven't got the bottle.
As long as I can play that song for a couple weeks every once in a while, Nige, it's good in my books.
Well, we won't win it. Listen, I've got to show you something. I've got 2 tickets here to the England Euros games right at Wembley.
That's awesome.
And this is the game that if we win the group at Wembley, look, it's my birthday, last 16. If we win the group, we play either Germany or France in a knockout game at Wembley. You can't keep feeling that. And I thought to myself, I'm going to splash out. I'm going to splash out and go. You know my luck. We're going to come second in the group, and I'm going to be watching Scotland against Portugal. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. But I back Foden to be the player of the tournament at 50 because I think England will be so attack-minded. I think they're going to score loads of goals. I think their defence is as much use as a chocolate fire guard, and their goalkeeper. Well, I could play goal. But better than him. But I think our problem is defence. I think going forward would be really pleasing, and I think Foden will be the star of the tournament. But Denmark is the team I've bet purely from value. If you ask me now, if my life depended on it, who I would bet to win it, I would bet France. If I was, because I think they're the best team. They're the World Cup winners, and they've got, in my opinion, the best player in the tournament in Mbappe. And I think they could win it. With regard to the Champions League final, I really think that Manchester City have this kind of factor that they will be able to go with it through on the big stage, and Chelsea have this sort of ability to frustrate them. There's no other team in European football that I think can nullify Manchester City or make them look very ordinary like Chelsea can. You remember Chelsea beat them in the league. They went to Man City, they beat them in the FA Cup. So I think from a betting point of view, I tell this, if you are an odds maker and you're doing soccer and you've got to price up, you've got to make the line for Chelsea v Manchester City in the Champions League final, and that you get it wrong, well, you should be getting the sack, because how wrong, you can't get that game wrong. The only thing I would say to you is I think it will be a dull game. I think it'll be very low scoring. I think Chelsea games under Thomas Tuchel was a very unders matches. And I think Man City will be nervous. So I don't think we're going to watch a game that's going to be 2-2, 3-2, 3-3 thriller. I think it's going to be a 0-0, cagey 1-1, and I think it could be a long one. So I think nerves will play a big part for Manchester City. And despite Chelsea having a lot of young players, they've won the Champions League before. They know what to do on the big stage. And I think for Man City, it's been their holy grail for so many years now under Pep Guardiola, that nerves may play a part in this game. So I think it'd be quite low scoring, very tight, and I'd probably play the draw in 90 minutes. But Man City should, with their quality, win it. But I just think that there's a big question mark about their temperament in the Champions League final.
Nigel, I lied. I have one more question. Am I an idiot for having any hope for this U.S. men's team with the youth movement?
I think the US team will come good. Well, I think there'll be anything that you invest in as a country, as America, you want to invest money and you do well on it. And the coaching in America and a lot of the coaching they've brought over and a lot of the grassroots in American football is working well. The thing is, Beeson got me to go out to watch. I had to commentate on a game. He took me to Las Vegas to watch a game.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's not
I've
good.
never seen anything like it. Oh my God! Honestly, it was like watching the Park Kids. I said on there. I tell you, it was a funny story. It was a funny story. Honestly, the weight of the boys, the ability, the pitches, it was terrible. But that was a different league below us. But I think they will come good. But it was a brilliant story in this game. The Visa wanted me to do this stuff, and we couldn't get anybody to bet on the game. It was Las Vegas Lights against Portland Timbers.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't get a main book to bet on it, so they got some sort of guy to price some guy to bet. And again, we had a feed that I was thinking. Well, before the game, the producer said to me, "There's going to be a Make-A-Wish Foundation where some young boy who's recovered from cancer is going to run down the pitch and put the ball in the back of the net, and then they're going to do the restart, and the game's going to be brilliant." I said, "Okay, no problem. I'm betting on it in money." So the young kid comes on, goes through all the team, puts the ball in the back of the net, restart. The book for 15 minutes thought it was 1-0. So I was trying to get bets on the other team. I couldn't get anything. It's gone down. And I was going, oh, there must be so much money in Vegas. The Vegas lights have gone minus $10.
Yeah.
But it was fun. But to be honest with you, I think the American team will come good. In 20, 30 years, I think they'll compete at a high level. There are Pulisic is doing brilliant over here in the Premier League. There's other players all around European football as well are doing well. And yes, you will do it. Whether you're going to win a World Cup, I think the best thing to do is leave it to the women.
Nigel, we can't thank you enough. Enjoy a few more pints tonight on us. And you come back on anytime you want.
Take care, guys. Have a great. Good luck, Gumpy, this weekend. Keep up the good work, fellas.
You
Take
too,
care.
boss.
Good luck,
Thanks,
Nigel.
Nigel.
See you later, pal.
Legend.
That's awesome.
Legend.
I love talking a little footy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice to finally talk some footy on this show.
we're going to come good in 20, 30 years, so that'll be fucking sweet.
That was the fucking knife in the side.
What do you want me to promote your fucking open
I'm
it?
actually just coming here to hang out. I got nothing else going on back there.
Bill, after this show, is going to be opening
This
football
fucking
cards.
guy.
Can people win these cards? Can they buy these cards?
It's an auction. They start at like $1. They're valued for like $50 though. So if you get it for a good deal,
So they're not our cards?
they're. I mean, you don't get to go home with a pack, no. But
The fuck are we
unless
doing?
you want to give me money for a pack.
Maybe. If I get
Buy me like a
someone's-
double quarter pounder. I'll give
If
you
I
a
get
pack.
someone sweet. All right, a lot of good footy information for this weekend. Can't
Wait,
thank
Bill,
Nigel.
why not get a pack?
Mitt, the guy was talking.
Jesus.
Shut up, Mitt.
Honor the host.
Dump, you got any picks for this weekend?
Yeah.
Let's hear him. I mean, we might as well roll into
Oh,
those.
for footy?
Yeah.
I took this draw no bet. It's like minus 170 now. I wouldn't shy away from taking Frankfurt money line though over Freiburg. Both teams.
Is it Bundesliga?
Yeah, both teams haven't been playing great of late, but I would take Frankfurt. I'll also take Wolfsburg money line. They're minus 150. They're playing Mainz, who's in 13th. Wolfsburg's in 4th. So
They're the better
that's
side.
good value there. Taking another flyer on Union Berlin, boys.
I mean, they've been good, dude.
Union Berlin and double chance. We've rode with them all season. Might as well finish off the season going down with them. Mönchengladbach,
Yep.
another team who
Yeah.
sewered me all year long. Draw no bet, minus 125 against Werder Bremen. Both teams playing like shit. I just think Gladbach, good value on draw no bet. And then also going Stuttgart.
Ooh,
Draw no
Stuttgart.
bet against Arminia. They've won 2 straight. So all Bundesliga
Yeah.
Saturday. And then I'll tweet out some picks on Sunday. Like I said, I do like Newcastle double chance and Burnley draw no bet on Sunday. Both EPL.
Perfect. We have 2 calls that did get through before the phones crashed. So, Jordan T, what do you got?
Hey boys, Hammer Dahn.
Hammer Dahn.
Hey, shout out Nick, Cone, Gump, and Mitt.
Shout out.
And Jay.
Shout out.
Don't forget about Jay.
And Bill.
out, Jay.
Bill's here
Oh,
too.
that's a temporary
Say
thing.
hi to
Anyways,
Bill.
Don't say
oh man, that under did not hit last night in the Wizards
Fuck was
game.
that?
I'm ashamed of myself. I'll never give another pick out.
No, we talked the whole
What?
game out, or the whole show I was going to go over.
Oh, you're good.
No, I know. Go ahead.
You're the best.
No,
Anyways,
don't say that.
since the coin's dead, I would love to see a best bet parlay from you guys. You take your best positive money bet from each of you guys, throw it together at the end, see if we can win some money.
Thank you, Jordan. We do kind of do that.
What's that?
We kind of do that. When we say, hey, these are my plays for the day, you
Yeah.
could just throw those into a parlay.
I mean, every pick I give out, I feel good about. So that's the one thing that is hard is when people say, well, just give me your best bet.
Yeah.
Well, the best bet that I feel best about, probably going to lose tonight, and the one that I don't feel best about is going to win. That's why we give out all of them.
Correct. Well said.
His only caveat, I think he said positive. So I think he's looking at.
He did say positive. I didn't know what he meant. I didn't know if he meant plus money.
I was assuming plus money. But I could be a stooge. For
No, you
assuming.
could be right. I mean, I would have leaned that way on what he meant. We'll think about it.
Yeah.
Trevor, what do you got?
Definitely.
Good job.
Hammer Dahn.
Let's go, Trevor.
Shout out to the boys. Shout out. Yo, so first time, long time. I got some picks. Let me get right to them for you.
Please do.
Draymond Green over 1 3-pointer. He's going to be left open up top.
Is that
Yeah,
over a
he's
half
gonna-
or over one actual
Yeah, over
total?
a half.
Over a half.
Okay, sweet. That's huge.
Fucking sweet.
We got Curry over the 38.5. I was at the game, the last game they played. There's not a guy
against the
on
Lakers?
that team, on that bench that can guard him. And obviously, Warriors -3.5. The lock of the century, lock of the year, lock of the lifetime. Lock it in, boys. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Trevor. NBA tonight, Warriors are now. Thought they were -4.5 when I looked at it. Did I say the Lakers? I meant Warriors. Did I say Warriors?
No, you said Warriors.
Thank you, Tom. I believe they were -4.5 this morning. Yeah, they're -5 now. So they are moving quite a bit in the way of the Warriors. I assume there's a lot of public money on the Warriors coming in. It's going to get to a point where I'm going to have to take the Grizz just out of
Fade the public.
Big Grizz.
fade the public.
Big Grizz.
Mate, you got anything on tonight's NBA game?
Fading the public is probably the move. I'm not going to take a pick on those two, the actual spread of the game, but I will take the over, Tony. It's at 220.
Okay.
That's not enough for Steph Curry and the boys. And I just don't really see them playing good defense. Grizz have some great offense. Steph might drop 60 tonight. I love it. I love points. I love overs. Give me the over, baby.
I don't have anything as far as the games tomorrow yet. I still have to do some more research on those. I'll tweet out those tomorrow. Do you have anything you like yet tomorrow for NBA?
Yeah, I love, actually, the LA Clippers -5. I think the Mavericks, they looked horrible last time they played. Worst I've ever seen them. I think they're slumping. And the Clippers, they shoot the lights out of the gym. So let's go with that. I love Portland, and I love Portland in the whole series total.
Okay.
I'm taking both of those. Portland in the game tomorrow night. They're +1 at Denver, and taking them in the series. And then I like the under of Boston and Brooklyn, 228. Like the defense in that game.
Mitt, there's not a chance you're awake, but there's no chance you remember Portland and Denver tomorrow night.
Oh, that's the it's going to be like a 10:30 game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Saturday night. No,
Yeah.
no. I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it at the bar.
Yeah, I know.
We
but
start
you're not
something
gonna
called
remember
like Mitt's Blackout Game of the Week.
it. That's it.
That's the
You're
one.
going to be like Nigel at the FA Cup.
Oh, yeah. That's every weekend at a Saturday bar
I
somewhere.
love that the boys over there just decide to tie one on every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. They've been locked up for a while.
We should go over there and maybe watch the game. Let's go to a
Bucket
game with
list
Nige.
for me, dude. Get me to Anfield.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we will.
All right, let's finish off the NHL games that we started earlier. So you liked the Caps, and you liked the under, or the over?
Oh,
I can't
boy.
remember.
I'm leaning.
You don't have to take it.
Yeah, I'm leaning under there.
Okay.
But they just got so close last time. And Tuukka Rask has been surprisingly leaky for as good of a goalie as he is.
And what did you have in
But
Hurricanes and Preds?
for the most of these games, I'm leaning under on pretty much all of them.
Okay.
And then I'm taking Nashville
Okay.
with the chance of them being at home, the crowd
Plus
and
120.
everything.
They'll
Yeah.
get a game.
We think.
Yeah.
They beat them right before the end of the regular season. Now, I think Carolina may have been resting a few guys, but I think Nashville's got a shot.
Jets and Oilers, -174. Edmonton, they are down one game.
They did not look good.
Are they going to bounce back?
So this is tricky. I've been going back and forth on this all day. This would be one. If we had a coin, I would love to flip it. I'm going to go in the Oilers to bounce back tonight just because McDavid, Draisaitl, I don't think they're getting blanked again.
Jesus.
You can roll the dice to back me up here if you want to help.
Away.
That's
That's
tough.
I know that's
because I look at a couple models to help me make these picks too. And yes, in the last game there was one that had the Jets winning, and it was the only one I saw. And it's on them again tonight. But I my gut and my head told me Edmonton, so I'm going Edmonton. You can get them even money right now to win in reg.
Coyle's in big trouble if they go down 2-0. Going
Yeah.
to Winnipeg after that.
You don't want to go to the peg down.
No, you do not.
That's one thing you do not want to do.
I'm trusting the Oilers with even money in regulation. And fun fact right now, if you want to jump on the Oilers, they are now plus money to win the series because they went down in game one.
That's how
plus 112.
We talked about that when the Pens went down. We talked about that when the Bruins went down. You have that situation in this series now as well. Avalanche at Blues. Avalanche have looked dominant. They're -230 on the road. Will the Blues get one?
This is another situation where you would think, okay, Blues are at home. They got the crowd. I don't see it in this one. I think I'm going with the Avs. You can go -140 in reg. You could go plus 120 on the puck line. -230 is a lot to lay down. So.
Yeah.
But another thing you can look at is first period result on FanDuel for basically the Avs to lead at the end of the
Yeah.
first. Colorado's plus 122.
Okay.
Shout out to
Chris Otto.
Chris Otto. Yeah, he comes through with a lot of those. Finds.
Then there's the games tomorrow. I assume you'll tweet out those.
Yeah, I'll tweet them out. You gotta let those simmer.
You gotta let those simmer a little bit.
Fucking Les Habitants go up 2-0.
I don't know, man. Now the Leafs are playing for Tavares.
They're playing for their
guy.
Did we not see
I don't know.
playoff Carey Price?
I don't know.
night?
What do you think? He's Bob?
It's the ultimate equalizer.
You watch your mouth.
Listen, if the Avs can pull up another one, I'll come to your side.
All right. Quite a big baseball slate
Fucking
tonight. What are you,
massive.
13 picks tonight?
No, I cut it down. There was a few. I got a little carried away this morning.
You did get a little carried away this morning.
Fridays. I usually just fucking. The weekend is just we go. That's just bet games.
Jorge Lopez and Strasburg. You on that one?
No, that line
Baltimore,
is absurd
Washington?
for Strasburg coming back.
How about Red Sox at Philly? Marty Perez and Aaron Nola.
I would lean Sox getting +0.5 just because I don't trust Nola and Perez. His last four
Been pretty good,
has
actually.
gone 22 1/3, 4 earned. Phillies without Realmuto.
JT.
Yeah, I would lean Sox getting +0.5.
This was a toss-up game for me, so I stayed away from it. This one I did not stay away from. White Sox at the Yankees. Let me get the line on it just so it's updated since the last time we looked.
Still +0.5.
For the White Sox were +0.5, but it was -170.
Yeah, I got a +0.5 -160 this morning.
So I didn't go that way. I took the White Sox money line first 5, which was -122, I believe.
Yeah, I would still take that with you, Tone. Although Rodon.
Sorry, -114.
Rodon last time out, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 4 earned.
I know.
Montgomery last time out, 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned. I love the +0.5, but I would take Sox money line as well.
Yeah, I'm
first
taking the White
5.
Sox. It was -122 earlier. It's -114 now. So the odds have gotten better if you like the White Sox. The run line +0.5 is -158. If you
I will
like
stick
that.
with that,
If
my
that comes
friend.
down a little bit. If that comes down to 150, I'll probably jump on that as well. Next game of the night that we have for MLB, Milwaukee at Cincinnati. Hauser and Hoffman. You on that one?
No, thank you.
Same. Too close. Toss up for me there. Twins in Cleveland. Randy Dobnak and Tristan McKenzie. No, thank you.
I say no, thank you.
I say no, thank you, sir. Mets at Miami. Stroman was a dog, right?
Yep.
Against Jordan Holloway. You went with Stroman, huh?
Lean.
Okay, just a lean.
Yeah. Did jump on this one a little premature, but yeah, if I was going to bet this game, I would take Stroman getting +0.5. I just don't know how long Holloway's going to go.
Gotcha. Did you take anything in Buccos in Atlanta?
No, that's a stay away, my
Same.
friend.
Did you jump on Glass now tonight?
Yes, sir. Against Anthony's K from fucking Blow is pitching for the Blue Jays.
Just Anthony K.
0-2 with a 7.24 ERA. Glass now last time out, 8 innings pitched, 2 earned, 10 Ks. So yeah, I'll ride with Glass. Nah.
Houston at Texas.
Yes,
I jumped on this
sir.
one.
Yes, sir.
I got Texas at -114 first 5.
Yeah.
Obviously, our boy Kyle Gibson's on a mound.
Yeah.
But he's going against, what's this guy's name?
Tyler
Ivy.
Also
Here's the info on Tyler
Cayman's on
Ivy. Was Houston's 3rd round pick in 2017 and posted a 7.1 ERA in 2 games with AAA this season.
It's not bad.
7.1 in AAA.
It's not bad.
Could be worse.
Could be like a 3 ERA in AA.
Could. I'd rather have that, I think.
Yeah, definitely better for morale.
Yeah. So I'm fading Tyler Ivy.
I took the +0.5 here.
Which was that at?
It was -150.
Yeah. It's about my limit.
I will always take the plus.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
That's smart. You got Seth Frankoff and Herman Marquez?
Mr. Frankoff, I stayed away from that one.
Same.
I would think about taking the Rockies, though, just because I do like Marquez. I don't think he's as bad as his ERA says.
I agree. Oakland at the Angels. Anything there?
Yeah, +0.5 with Caprillion. 1-0 in 1 start. Quintana's last 4 hasn't gone longer than 4 innings.
Yeah.
Like this guy, I don't know what's gone on with this guy. He used to be very good. Very good.
Pitching gem of the night. Trevor Bauer versus Alex Wood.
Yeah.
Oh, power hour.
Bauer. Giants are hitting righties slightly better than the Dodgers are hitting lefties. So it gave me I'm taking this game.
Yeah.
But it gave me that little bit that I needed to take the Giants as a dog. And I'm going to take the first 5 under 3.5 as well. So I got Giants and the under first 5 in that one.
This might be a first.
Are you on the Giants?
First inning draw, I thought here.
I think it was minus 150. So I
No,
don't wanna
thank
take
you.
it.
Yes, Giants plus a half every damn time.
Okay. And then the last game was Seattle with Flexen, who has made up people a lot of money this year against Paddock. Seattle just cannot hit right here.
I know.
Right now, so I stayed away.
Paddock, his last 2 has gone 4 and 3. I mean, I don't know what's happened to this guy either, but Padres lines are absurd.
Yep.
Like this being a minus 200 with
I
this
agree.
is stupid.
So today for baseball, I have the White Sox minus 114 versus the Yankees, Texas minus 114 first 5 versus Houston, and the Giants plus 114 first 5 money line and under 3.5 in that.
One game we did not talk about. I like Mike Minor to continue from
I did
his
miss
last
that.
start.
That's on
7
me.
innings, 1 earned. Last time out, Urena's last 2 has been awful. So my picks, all first 5: White Sox plus a half, Rays money line, Rangers plus a half, Royals money line, A's plus a half, Giants plus a half. Come on,
Okay.
come on, let's finish off the week
Hockey
in style.
check. Baseball check. Footy check.
Woo!
NBA check.
NBA check. Want to do some boosts? Do
I
some
didn't even
boosts?
look at boost.
Boost
Well,
me.
I'll fucking read them to you right now.
You got a dinger?
Well, we got the WNBA Super Boost, both the New York Liberty and Las Vegas Aces to win.
Hey,
Yeah,
with that.
book
Hold
it.
on. What was that?
The Liberty and the Aces both to win.
Book it.
The Liberty and the Aces are boosted?
Yeah.
Why are you hating on the Aces?
He's not.
It's free money.
That's what he's saying. He's saying like this.
Don't forget what we talked about yesterday either with big fucking
Herman.
Jack Herman.
Jack Hermanson, obviously,
fighting tomorrow
to win
night.
TKO.
We've been saying from day one, Hammer Hermes.
Hermie only finishes fights. That's
Steph
what he
to
does.
score 40 plus against Memphis. It's only plus 140.
That's
you know I'm already
absurd.
on that.
That's a lot.
That only being plus 140 is absurd. That's a boost.
Yeah. The Yankees and the Braves to win. I picked the White Sox, so I cannot take that boost.
Yeah, no thanks.
Who are the Braves playing? The Buccos?
Yeah.
Wow, I mean.
The battle of the Andersons. Buccos are still
No,
battling.
they
They're
came
battling
back
Bucks.
last night,
I
didn't
know
they?
they're the battling Bucks, dude.
They
Taylor
stink.
Hall to score a goal
Why the hell not?
plus 300.
Did you see the goal he scored the other night?
Yeah.
Pretty nasty.
It
Great
was.
patience. Guy's a playoff warrior all of a sudden. Goes up to Beantown and just becomes a stud.
Nathan McKinnon or Mikko Ratinen to
McKinnon's
score the
scoring.
first goal plus 600.
Ooh, plus 600?
What'd you say, Mitt?
That's a sprinkle.
McKinnon's scoring.
That's a sprinkle.
I forgot. Big Avs fan.
Giant Avs fan.
He had a Hattie the other night. You think he's got anything left?
I think he does.
Yeah, dude, he's easily scoring the first
And if
goal.
not,
He's hot.
Mikko will pick up his.
I like Miko. He's not as skilled as Yager, but he reminds me a lot of Yager. He's got a big rear end. He just glides down.
Yeah.
McKinnon.
did.
I mean, at that odd, that's worth a sprinkle for sure.
Plus 600? Come on.
Obviously, we're on the Hermie boost to win by TKO.
Hammer Hermes.
Jack Herm.
KO.
Fucking fist
There's
of
another
fury.
one though
Stinks
that we may like even more.
The
It's
Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt to
Yeah.
win by KO TKO plus 260.
If Garbrandt wins, it's going to be by KO TKO.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
Who's he fighting?
Fucking
Rob
that guy.
Font.
Who?
Rob Font.
Bob Font.
Oh, he's
Rob
He's
Fox.
good.
no. Bob Font
Bob
is no
Font?
Garbrandt.
Garbrandt. I mean, just every fight he's lost has been his last 3 fights, and I think he had a
that's not
surgery and then real bad COVID right before.
So he's
this.
lost 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Yeah, he's on
Rolling
the
this
slide.
guy out there in a wheelchair.
But he was I think he was 12-0 before that. He's a great fighter.
Well, he's not Hermie.
Fucking
Hermie.
Jack Hands a Hammer Hermanson.
What a great name.
But at plus 260, that is a great boost.
Yeah. All right, we can't thank you guys enough. At Hammer Down on Twitter and Instagram. Good week. We had a good
Hell
week.
of a week.
Hell of a week.
Appreciate you all following along.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's been fun.
We appreciate every single one of you, even the guy that came in and bodied Gumpy yesterday.
He apologized.
That was all.
It's good in my books. All in good fun, my friend.
It's all in good
I
fun.
hope that guy liked Nigel, though.
He probably did.
Shout out Nigel. That was
Sorry, I was wrong.
that good.
Cody's won 1 fight since the 3-fight losing streak.
Yeah, I saw the chat.
Yeah.
Solid chat.
You just get buried in the chat. Phil. You fucking dummy.
We'll be back next week. More guests. Shout out Phil. Phil's leading the PGA.
Still got it.
The
Huh?
Mick.
Phil had a good day
Lefty.
today. Went 5 under on
Who else is up there on the leaderboard?
Brookie Cookie was up there earlier. Louis Oosthuizen's up there. Brendan Grace, Christian Basenhoot.
Oosterhuizen's always hanging around.
He really is. Another guy that's always hanging around. Paul Casey's up there.
Fuzzy Zeller in it?
No,
Give me
Fuzzy's.
Brooks.
Fuzzy. You going Brookie Cookie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's Fuzzy Zeller?
Fuzzy's got great vodka. If we're being honest.
It's damn good vodka.
The rollovers at 12:50. Think. I'll check it. Can't thank you guys enough. See you Monday. Hammer Dahn.